Hey, Algebra 2, welcome to PA2 Practice 1. We're going to do some simplifying expressions using distribution. The first one is not so much with distribution, but just simplifying some expressions. We're going to use the same kind of thing. We're going to talk about order of operations even a little bit more, but we mostly need to just get into it. So I'm going to do a few problems. I'm going to skip around a little bit. I'll do odd or evens because I usually do odds. So when I'm looking at something like this, I've got 9 minus 10x, so 9 minus 10x minus 6x. I look to see, can I combine things? Well, I know that I can't combine things that have a letter. We call those variables. So I can't combine things that have a variable with things that don't have a variable. So I can combine, so this 9 is going to stick around, but I can combine these. This is negative 10x minus 6x. So I'm going, starting at negative 10x and going 6x further negative. This would be like 9 minus 16x. Let's do skip around in here. Here you go. Number 6, 7 minus 2x plus 7. Well, in here, the only thing I can combine is this positive 7 and positive 7. This would be like negative 2x plus 14. Now, if you wanted to write this as 14 minus 2x, you'd be absolutely correct. You got to have the terms correct. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, now we start to get into some distribution. Let's look at number 10. So remember, when we distribute, you can use several different methods. You could do the box method, or you could do just kind of the more traditional distribution. What I'm going to do is the more traditional one right now. I'm going to take 9 and multiply it by 10n, and then also multiply it by negative 3. Well, 9 times 10n is 90n. 9 times this is essentially negative 3, because you could do like plus a negative. Remember, subtraction is adding the opposite. 9 times negative 3 would be minus 27. Okay, got some good stuff going on here. Let's do one more on the front page. We'll do the last one. 9 times 2b plus 9. We're going to distribute. We'll do the box method this time. I've got 1 outside and 2 inside. I need to make my boxes here. So I've got 1 outside and 2 outside here. If I multiply them together, 9 times 2b is 18b. 9 times 9 is 81. Add the things in the boxes. 18b plus 81. And had I multiplied through, 9 times 2b is 18b. 9 times 9 is 81. I would have got the same thing. So it's a matter of preference. It's a matter of preference. Let's go take a look at a couple on the back that gave people a little more trouble, and that's okay. We'll talk through these again. So now we got a video about it. Let's go ahead and look at number 18 here. Got some extra stuff going on, and that's just fine. We'll just think our way through this. I've got negative 6, then in parentheses, negative 5a plus 5, out of the parentheses, minus 5. I know this minus 5 on the outside is not going to do anything right now. I'm not distributing my negative 6 to that. I'm just going to kind of throw it at the end here for now. What I am going to do, though, is distribute the negative 6 to the negative 5a, the negative 6 to the positive 5. Well, negative 6 times negative. So a negative times a negative is a positive. 6 times 5 is 30. I've got the a in there too. Negative 6 times positive 5 is negative 30. And then again, that minus 5 is just hanging out there right now. Well, now I can combine it. This has an a. These two things don't have an a. Let's combine those. 30a minus 35. All right. I like this. Let's see what we got. Let's step up even a little bit further. Let's go to number 22. Oh, I like number 22. You will see one like this probably on your test. I've got this negative hanging out front. Negative times 1 minus x plus 3 times 3x plus 3. Why is that negative there? What does that do? Just like if there was not a negative out there, this acts like negative 1 on the outside times 1 minus x plus 3 times 3x plus 3. Okay, I'm seeing where we're going with this. Distribute the negative 1. Negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 times negative x would be positive x. You'll notice I just essentially changed the signs inside that first parentheses. That's what a negative multiplying does. Distribute the next one. 3 times 3x plus 9x. 3 times 3 is plus 9. Now I need to combine things that have x's, so these two in here. 1x and 9x give me 10x. Now I need to combine the things that don't have variables. -1 and +9 plus 8. Oh, there we go. Finish the box, right? I appreciate what you guys are doing on showing me your answers too. Like I see highlights on some notability stuff, and I definitely appreciate that. Or boxes, something to let me know you know what's going on. So let's look at number 24. We're going to use a couple different principles here. One we've already talked about, and one that we haven't yet, but we can. Let's look at this. This negative out front, that's like, again, like we just talked about, that's like -1 times 1 plus 2n minus n times -2n minus 7 in parentheses there. I'm going to distribute the -1. -1 times +1 is -1. -1 times +2n is -2n. So here, again, subtraction is like adding the opposite. So think of this as plus -n. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to do -n times -2n. Ooh, we got some extra stuff going on there. Well, we can do some of this stuff though, right? A negative times a negative is a positive. You've got the 2, so it's like 1 times 2. And you've got n times n. Ooh. That gives us n to the second power, or n squared. We can call it whatever we want. The more common way to say this is n squared. And then here you've got -n times -7. So a negative times a negative is a positive, and then 7 times n is 7n. All right. Now here comes the next trick, or next trick, the next thing. We've got this, these have the same variables. I've got n here and n here, but I cannot add them together. Why? Because this has different exponent than this. When you just see a plain n, that's like to the first power. This one has an exponent of 2. We cannot combine those together, but I can combine the things with just plain n's. I'm going to rewrite this. I like to put the stuff with the biggest exponent first. I'm going to put 2n squared. I'm going to combine the things with an n, -2n, +7n, plus 5n, and the number left over, -1. Well, I hope this video helps out a little bit. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to sign up, do a sign up genius, ask in class, send me an email, whatever it takes to get this done. Hope you guys have a great evening. Take care.